Merry Christmas, y'all. Welcome back, guys, to another NFL Talk Show video. And today is the Christmas special, and it's week 17 of the NFL season. So next week is the regular season finale. So with this week's NFL Talk Show video, we'll be going over our week 17 predictions. We'll be doing the game of the week, offense, defense player of the week, and our news. So let's get into the news. So for the news this week, we have DK Metcalf for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got suspended for 2 games for fighting with a fan on Sunday against the Lions. He's suspended for 2 games, and he's going to be done for the regular season. But when the playoffs come for the Steelers, hopefully he'll be starting, and he'll be back. And then our next news, we have Gardner Minshew tore his ACL this Sunday, and the Chiefs are now down to their 3rd string quarterback, Chris I forget his name, but he was a Steelers backup quarterback for literally a month because they cut him then. But yeah, Chiefs not looking good. Now let's get into our playoff picture.
Playoff picture for week 17. Not a lot has changed with the AFC. I don't think it changed at all from last week's episode. But we still have the Broncos at 1 because they lost to the Jaguars this past weekend. Patriots, Jaguars, Steelers, Chargers, Bills, and Texans are the 7th seed. And then we have 2 teams that are still in the hunt, and that is the Colts and Ravens. And if the Steelers beat the Browns this week, the Steelers have clinched the 4th seed and clinched the division. And then the Colts need basically the Texans to lose to get the 7th seed. So basically we have 2 more playoff spots open. Now with the NFC, a lot has changed. The Seahawks are now number 1. Bears are at 2. Eagles at 3. And the Panthers, last week they were in the hunt. They are now the 4th seed. We have the 49ers at 5. They moved up. The Rams were number 1 last week. Now dropped to number 6. And then we have the Packers at 7. And the Lions, they lost to the Steelers. Packers need to lose both of the two games. And then Lions have to win out to get that 7th seed. And then the Bucks and Panthers are fighting for the 4th seed. So kind of like the AFC over here. But yeah, the playoffs are coming down to the wire. Potentially next week, they could, especially the Steelers and the Texans, the AFC might just be locked up. But the NFC still might switch because these two are the same. The Panthers and Bucks are the same record, I think. So yeah, a lot of interesting things are happening in NFL. And yeah, that's your playoff picture. Now let's get into the Week 17 predictions. For Week 17 predictions, this might be the best week of football. A lot of good games, a lot of important games. But we have 3 Christmas games. 2 are on Netflix. 1 is on Amazon Prime, and that's the night game. But to kick it off, we have the Cowboys and Commanders at 1 o'clock. On Christmas Day. Not really a good game. I'm going to go with the Cowboys beating Commanders. And then at 4 o'clock, we have the Lions and Vikings. I'm going to go with the Lions. The Vikings have their 3rd string quarterback playing. I think the Lions will win. And then night game could have been important a couple weeks ago, but now not really important. The Broncos and Chiefs. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Broncos with the win here after losing to the Jaguars. And then we have 2 Saturday games. We have the Texans and Chargers. Both teams are in the playoffs right now. They can actually move in position-wise, but I'm going to go with the Texans beating the Chargers. And then the night game. This is a really good game. We have the Ravens and Packers. If the Ravens lose, they are eliminated from the playoffs. And if the Packers lose and the Lions win, it's going to be really close for the 7th seed. But I'm going to go with the Packers beating the Ravens. Sunday at 1, we have the Saints and Titans. I'm going to go with the Saints beating the Titans. Steelers-Browns. I'm going with the Steelers beating the Browns. Cardinals-Bengals. Go with the Bengals. They put up 40 against the Dolphins. I think the Bengals are going to win. Jaguars, Colts, very important game for the Colts. And I'm going to go with the Colts getting the win. Patriots, Jets. go with the Patriots getting the win. Bucks Dolphins. I think the Bucks are gonna win. The Panthers need the Dolphins to win this game, but I think the Bucks are gonna win. And then Seahawks Panthers, really important game for the Seahawks and the Panthers. The Seahawks can clinch #1 seed if they win, I think this week and maybe next week. But a very important game for these two teams. I'm gonna go with the Panthers winning. Giants Raiders, not a good game. I'm gonna go with the Giants winning. Eagles Bills. This is a really good game. I'm gonna go with the Eagles beating the Bills. And our game of the week, Sunday Night Football, we have the Bears and 49ers. This is the game of the week because the Bears can get the 1 seed if the Seahawks lose, and the 49ers can actually get the 1 seed if the Seahawks lose out and the Rams lose, I think, one more game. Not lose, but they're ahead of the Rams. But the 49ers can get the 1 seed potentially. And I'm going to go with the Bears beating the 49ers. Monday Night Football, we have the Rams and Falcons. And I'm going to go with the Rams beating the Falcons. So this is your Week 17 predictions. And our lock of the week this week, I'm going to go with the Saints and Titans as our lock of the week. So now let's get into the game of the week.
So for the game of the week this week, we have the Bears, 49ers, Sunday Night Football. Really good game here. Caleb Williams has been on fire right now. They beat the Packers this past weekend. I know Malik Willis was in, but the Bears got the win. He just threw it down the field to DJ Moore for the game-winning touchdown. But with the 49ers, it's going to be a really good game, high-scoring game. With the 49ers, they did put belt to the Colts last night. I think they dropped like 40 points. Brock Purdy threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns, I think. But yeah, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the Bears' defense is a little bit better than the 49ers. The 49ers' defense is really young. Not having Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and some other key guys for the 49ers' defense is pretty bad for them. But with the Bears, knock on wood, but they've been really healthy this whole season. Montez Sweat is there. They have Jaquan Brisker, the strong safety. A lot of good young players on the Bears defense. So I do think the Bears are going to win. I'm going to say 35-33. It's going to be a weird score, but I think the Bears will win this game. Now let's get into offense and defense player of the week. With your defense player of the week this week, we have Levon Chason from the New England Patriots, the defense end. Basically sealed the game against the Ravens, forcing a big fumble for the Patriots that basically they just ran the ball and took a couple knees and won the game against the Ravens. So that's your defense player of the week. Now for offense player of the week, we have Puka Nacua. Man, he went off on Thursday Night Football. He had 200 receiving yards and a couple touchdowns. So that's your offense player of the week. So yeah, now let's get into the end of NFL Talk Show. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next week for the regular season finale. Can't believe it's almost the end of the year for the NFL. The playoffs are coming, and I still have a lot of videos planned for this year yet. So we have the movie video for 2025. We also have more college football playoffs. Hopefully more Call of Duty videos. I'm trying to work on that right now. And we'll have NFL Talk Show for next week. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and hopefully you guys can spend time with your family, your friends, and have a great time opening up your presents and gifts and stuff. So see you guys next week. Peace.